I just heard some really bad news. Some really, really bad news. Changes are gonna occur on 2. Oh, are we in 2.5? Well, at least there's massive change that's gonna happen on 2.6. At least in terms of concept of cutscenes. I have to check something. Alright, so what I've learned, and I think it's probably gonna be saying there. Okay, so we're at 2.4. Okay, there it is. This is gonna. This is how we'll get them. We're currently at 2.4. After version 2.5 update, if travelers have not unlocked the alternate outfit or the aforementioned characters, the alternate outfit will be unlocked automatically when travelers have the corresponding characters. After version 2.5 update, if the traveler have the aforementioned character but did not claim the alternate outfit during 2.4, the alternate outfit of the corresponding characters will be unlocked automatically after version update. Once the alternate unlock by going character dressing. Now, here's the thing, and this is the fault of China's censorship. Um, they don't want to make, like, currently Miyoyo doesn't want to do multiple layers. So the thing that's gonna do is that the appearance of the NPC Jean, Ember, Rosaria, and Mona will be adjusted to the alternate outfit in version 2.5, and in the quest previous versions adjustment will be. So basically, like, the characters are gonna be the alternate outfit, as they call it, is actually the new official outfit, and their previous official outfit has now become the alternate outfit. And the reason why it's like that is, of course, because of China. It's like the Chinese government. or Chinese CCP, like, let's face the fact, these are just a bunch of closet men who are probably massive closeted pervs and are ashamed of themselves. That's the only reason I can think of. For animation cutscenes version, yeah. An earlier Jean, Ember, Rosaria, and Mona appearance will be adjusted. Fucking censorship. Fucking censorship. I hate this. Well, let's face the fact, like, Chinese government right now is acting really wimpy. It's scared of skin. That makes no sense. How could the fucking you be scared of skin? There's also something that they might do. Like, think about it. Like, this top, the top that she has, like, is enough to say outrageous for them. That is just... That is fucking mental. And not only this, like, apparently they're gonna be forced to get rid of the lines on their back, on their exposed back, like that shows like the bend with the spine and the shoulder blades. Like, apparently they're gonna remove that. Like, the line's probably not gonna be obvious. I don't know if the shadows are still gonna be there, but yeah, they're gonna fucking remove it. I don't know if it's already been removed for her new her alternative outfit. Yeah, look. There's no shoulder blades. No spinal lines. This is for the sake of making it look like it's not skinned directly. Fucking Winnie the Pooh did it again. And her, god damn it, man. She had the worst. She definitely had the worst. Her tits got nerve. And in the brand new outfit, like, there's more cover, and her tits got even more nerve. Talk about body shaming. You're too erotic for me, so you need to be nerfed. My god. I refuse to believe like these government officials never watch porn. I refuse to fucking believe it. Because sometimes, like, when people are making rules for certain things, they usually rely on themselves to say, like, on their own habits, to say that's the right thing to do. That's the scary part. Like, I am the image of society. Like, if I'm like this, then everybody is. You know? Like, this is typical. Because it's not just in China that this type of mentality happens. Like, in every places in the world, you have that same fucking mentality. And even in current feminism today. Like, it's like giving the excuse, like it's giving the idea, like if it's enough, if it's enough for me to masturbate to, then it's enough for everybody to masturbate to. Like, for fuck's sake, man. Just because you're an easy, erectable, pervy wank doesn't mean that the rest of society is. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, most of Chinese society, like, most of Chinese citizens probably have way more self-control. And probably even less sensitive behavior than the people of our parliaments. And I would say, like, even the loyalist citizens. Like, this is what censorship do. That's what it does. Like, some people don't even see the negative effects of censorship. What can it have to someone's psyche? Like, it's all about protection and protection this and protection that, but you're making your citizens more hypersensitive, more easily outraged. I mean, look at fucking Middle East, man. Look at fucking Middle East. Like, if you were to ask them and say, like, define me what a slut is, and chances are he's gonna use, like, the dictionary definition of it, but, like, can you show me a slut? And chances are it's not going to be the fucking same thing. The worst part is, like, they have no choice. That's the sad part about what's happening with the new. They have no choice. Like, they're making, like, they can make as much as huge of profit as they want. If the government has power over the fucking banks, they can easily cut their financials. Any form of finances or income gains they have, like, if it's stored in a bank, they're fucked. Because if the banks over there in China is controlled by the government, and the government says, like, block their account, then whatever income they have they will no longer have access to. And it's very hard to complain against a government that is willing to make you disappear. I can't have a sub-quest with him because it's already been done. It's just repetition. You know, I just think about it and I realize there's a sad reality is that, like, one of the main things about I would say like the what is it? The Europe Union? The European Union trade or something like either the European Union, because I think it was in British hand. Hong Kong was in British hand for a certain time, but even NATO. Like for the United Nations, the sad reality is that, like, at this point in time, like, whether NATO, United Nations, or whatever, one of the reasons that they're definitely probably not going to interfere with the situations and, like, probably a new form of oppression that might occur over there in China and what's happening with Hong Kong is that, like, they don't want a violent conflict. They don't want to initiate. They don't want to go to war. We all know what's going to happen if it happens. Like, China is still one of the superpowers in terms of military. I don't know to which rank he would be situated, but it is a country that is well armed. Same thing as Russia. Same thing as the United States. And we all know what's going to happen, like, if there turns out to be a massive conflict. The nuclear warheads are not gone. They still exist. They're just tucked away safely from exposition, from being seen. Even though some of their secrets are already revealed on daylight, they're still denying that. Yeah, they don't exist. It's just Photoshop or something like that. But that doesn't mean that they're completely disarmed. Like, they're probably ready to go. Same thing for the U.S. Like, it has a fucking a nuclear strike plan. It is the country's ultimatum. A power destabilizer. Problem is, now you have multiple countries. You have 3 countries that probably have that power of destabilizer, as well as North Korea. I think they have, like, nuclear capacity. I think also maybe Middle East. And, like, and I understand on the side, like, why would the United Nations not interfere, and why, or NATO, or the European Union would not interfere, because they know that it's going to lead to a massive amount of violence, to which point there's a possibility that while we might not even recover from. But I do believe there could possibly be an exception to that, which would end up forcing the United Nations, NATO, the United States, even the European Union, like to no longer turn ahead to what's going on China, and that is if the Chinese government commits an act so atrocious that nobody can turn their eyes anymore. Nobody can say like there's an exception to this, like it's their thing. Like we can't say anything to that. Like it needs to be something really outrageous. And unfortunately, the most outrageous thing that could happen is a massive genocide. That is the outrageous thing. Another thing that could actually cause some massive headache to China is the whole COVID-19 situations. I know at some point people didn't want to say like it was leaked from a lab in Wuhan, because again, like you had a bunch of leftists that was automatically triggered and go straight to it's racist, it's racist, it's racist. And now even people who were against the idea are now saying that, oh shit, this shit might be true. Problem is, like, it's been delayed so long that the chance we find evidence is probably gone of this. But you do realize like if you think about it, like the reason China decided to keep hush up about the leak is that they wanted to keep their heads high. They wanted to keep their heads high. Like they were people who had complete control. They don't need any help of any sort. Like this was an issue of pride here. This was about ego and pride. Like I don't think the leak was a concept they were making a biological weapon or something like that. Like a fuck up happened, and they didn't want the world to know. The problem is that if they have told right from the get-go about those leaks, a countermeasure could have been easily been planned, and things could have been done earlier. Restrictions of travel and stuff like that. The situation could have been easily contained. And we would have not been in the situation we are here right now. Nor do I complain, because, like, yeah, the lockdown sucks. But to me, like, that was like a mandatory vacation. The only people who have the biggest problem with that is those who are highly invested in social life, in socializing with people. So for them, that was a big issue. And of course, the fear of where can I get my incomes? Like, am I fired or like something like that? And I mean, yeah. Like the whole situation could have been easily handled. We wouldn't be where we are now today if things have been done earlier. If the Chinese government, especially its fucking prime minister, was not that fucking, well, I think it's prime minister or president. Well, at least like his president was not so thick-headed, and so prideful that he didn't want anybody else outside like of their own country to find out. Not even their own citizen. Like the whole thing was hush up. Like, don't tell anyone, just contain it. The problem is that they didn't calculate properly how far the thing spread. And because of that fucking desire of keeping things hush up, this is where we are today. This is the aftermath of what happens when you maintain silence on something that you know damn well, if you were to tell the world about it, shit could have ended up differently. But no, they needed to keep a straight face. That they had the situation under control. Their ego and pride demanded it. That they do that. And look where we are. And even though, like, we might have the capabilities of doing an investigation on it, like, because it's so late in the game, chances are all the evidence that was needed for that is all gone. At least on a surface level. The thing that can probably save it is the fact that it was, what did they call it? Apparently Fauci had a hand in it. Like, there was contribution that was going on. Like, there was like a collaboration with China to study virology. So technically we might have some documentations within our borders that could probably give more details on the situation.
Hold the line! My apologies! Kami-san to our
That's what I
Sometsu!
What I think.
Lightning slash!
I think that's what I think. I think in the long run, the first thing I've learned, like, is like any governmental power, what they desire the most is power. They're gonna sell you a story just for the sake of having it.
Embrace the ice!
But once they're elected, like, nothing will change. Like, I think, like, apparently, like, especially in America, like, they have so much. I think there was a time, like, they were at the peak of their game. Like, they had so much power. Like, they could easily tip over, like, any obstructions or any kind of oppositions because they had the presidency and they had the Supreme Court in their balls. And for anyone who heard about the housing crisis, or so one of the things about the housing crisis is that there's some areas that are bound by a zone where you cannot even have any kind of apartments. Shit. You cannot have any kind of apartments or any other types of complex. It has to be single homes only. And the whole thing could have been easily abolished. Because at that time, like, I think, I don't know which year was that, but at that time, the Democratic, like, the one that had the highest seats and had control over the Supreme Court? I know I said it before, but now I completely lost it. But basically, like, they were at the peak of power that no matter what the opposition wanted to say, they wouldn't gain anything out of it. They wouldn't gain anything out of it. Like, they wouldn't be able to counter anything. The problem is that, like they can blame as much, like, let's just say, like, Democrats like to blame the opposition party because in reality what they want is to be in constant position of power. It's the same for the Republicans. Like, the main goal is the White House. The main goal is to be on top of the game and oversee everyone. But the thing, when it comes to changing, chances are neither party is going to do anything about it. Because the reality is that they still want to be in control. They still want to be reelected. Their party still wants to be at the top. And because of this, no one is going to be willing to commit to commit an act of sacrifice, to be willing to sacrifice their position, their powers, in order to change something than what they believe or what the American citizens believed. And instead, what happens is that we end up electing people we're just electing people based on their facade. And like recently, like there's people who speak like they think like the best answer would be Bernie Sanders. But I don't think this guy can do it. I don't think I trust that guy at all. I don't trust that guy at all. Because I don't remember when that happened. I think it was during the time, like it was before, it was during that time where Donald Trump was running. So I think it was 2015, 2016. I think it was still like people going places to places, giving speeches in order to gain potential votes. And like I think Bernie Sanders once gave a speech, but the guy got fucking handled so badly. Like he got cited. Like he was like it was his podium. He was the one having to speak. And you had two people, part of the Black Lives Movement, who went in there, went on stage, and took the microphone away. Like, they really went in there. That made him look like a fucking pushover. Who the fuck is gonna trust someone who's a pushover? Because, like, you can speak as much of a strong game as you want. The moment you're in office, are you still that strong? Can you still own others? And I hate to say this, but when I saw that scene, there was no way in hell he would win. And even if he had won the elections, I don't think he would be able to do what he promised to do. Because if you have two ordinary citizens who can push you away and take your stage and turn it into a rally for their cause, I'm sorry, but you're no worth shit to me. You're speaking a strong game, but I don't think you can pull it. That was such a damning thing to see.
What a lucky day!
It was insane.
Rest and rebuild.
So sad too.
Whirling snow.
To the berry! How's this? Finally,
Sakura swirl.
how's this?
Like you can force people to vote for someone if that person looks like there's gonna be nothing more than
Lightning flash!
make all promises you want. Like if people
Thunderclap!
can hold you on the side of the
Fire hazard.
do this and that, and you don't have a strong spine to say no. I hate to say it, but oh shit. Cheap. Because the thing is, you can speak a strong game. Like, you can do tough talk. But what's the point of tough talk if you can't back it up? And I hate to say it, the guy cannot. I don't think he can back it suffice.
Allow me. My apologies.
Nowhere!
Covenant of the Deep.
Taste my blade!
At the end of the day, there's no politician out there who's in it for you. They're in it for themselves. And they're gonna kiss your ass as much as they want until they get what they want. After that, like they're gonna make for these months and days. Like during the elections, they're gonna make you feel like you're a king, that you're the one in control and you're the one who's gonna determine the fate of an entire country. But the moment they're in outfit, they're in office, you return of being shit. You return as being nothing more but dog shit. There is no more values in you. Anything you say has no punch. Because now they're in a position for the next 4 years in a position of power. And then when it's time to re-elect, they still gonna sell the same thing. And while you might not fall for it, there's always a new audience who's gonna fall for it. And the cycle will repeat itself. At the end of the day, it's a game of which party ends up being in power. But whether Republican or Democrat, as long as they're politicians, they are all dog shit. And no one can change my view on that. They offer nothing, and they make nothing. They'll make some small things to look and make it look like it's a big thing. But eventually you realize anybody could have done it. You're just selling an idea that only you could have done that. But in reality, any fucking one could have done it. And us. And it's sad reality, it's always the youth ones. Shit. It's always the young ones. They're the one who buy it with ease. Because they're expecting their dreams to come true. That's never gonna happen. Because even they're gonna kiss your ass, but even if you come up with a ludicrous idea, even something to the point you're just the minority. And you know damn well there's no way they're gonna change, trying to accommodate, forcing to accommodate a large group of people for a small group of people. Even they know it's gonna be fucking ludicrous. But even so, they're gonna kiss your ass. They're gonna fucking kiss your ass if it means they're gonna get the vote from you. And then once they get in office, whatever ideas that was promoted can go into the binge. There's probably some promises that could have been easily made in a year or two, but they we're planning this for the next 5 years or the next 6 years or the next 10 years. And you know damn well these types of plans can easily change if you have someone else in power. It's like they're trying to sell an idea this will never happen if I'm not in power. This is playing a fucking game, man. They're playing the game for power. And they aim for the youngs because they know that, like, like Republicans usually aim for the old ones, while the Democrats aim for the youngs. And Democrats' way of getting the youngs is through their emotions. Specifically, like things that are emotionally invested to. And they'll kiss up, they're gonna kiss you up for it. Republicans, I think they take advantage of the fear of the unknown. Or more precisely, that their way of life is gonna be completely destroyed. So basically taking advantage of fear. Like for Republicans, it's mostly about fear of the unknown. And they take advantage of that. Like they can even exaggerate certain things. Because like you have your way of life, you built it up for so long, and now somehow there's a group of people who's planning to disrupt you, to disrupt all of it, and everything you ever know will be destroyed. That's how they sell it. That's how they sell it. And what doesn't help at all, and in this one, it's not the politicians' fault. Well, they do contribute it, but they are not the one perpetuating it. The ones who perpetuate it are the people. Because remember, like both parties gonna sell you an idea. And then you have the citizens who plays into it. So imagine everything you know in life is about to be destroyed, it's gonna be changed, you're gonna be forced to do this and that. And then they just have to wait. Like, they don't have to sell it further. They just have to wait. They just have to wait for the leftists to do the rest. To sell the idea. Because, and remember, like, most of their aims, most of the Democrats' aim is usually for the young. Is like, they go for young voters. But as you know, at the young age, you tend to be more emotionally invested. That means you're much easier to piss off. But that also means you're also very good at pissing off. And thus, you end up creating this vicious cycle that both sides promotes the idea of the other. And everybody just plays in each other's hands. It is fucking fascinating to witness.
Ad Astra.
It is fucking fascinating to witness.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
And the people who will the least realize it or will never realize it is again people who become emotionally invested into the idea that's getting propelled around. A logical person is more into questioning. And like, because you're logical, you're the type of person who tend to take your time at what you're looking at. Oh, fuck. And therefore, you're the one, not perfectly, but you're the one that sometimes will be able to witness certain flaws, or even the cycle that I just described. And then you realize everybody's fucking nuts. And that's usually how politicians, even like in Republicans, they will always aim for people that have a tendency to be emotionally invested in something. Now, of course, like, Republicans goes for an older generations because they tend to be more conservative, while youngers tend to be more progressive. But both can be both side can both be extremely emotional and can be emotionally invested. And that is the key of how politicians manipulate you to vote for their sides, because they end up promoting ideas that satisfies you emotionally. But someone who's being extremely logical, who thinks logically, and has lack of any kind of emotional investment into this, they'll see that as nothing but a scam. Sometimes the best the only politician out there that can represent you is yourself. That's the reality. Because the current politicians we have can both represent all and none. And sometimes it's just 50-50. Which also tend to valse one side or another. As long it follows the game of it's all about being popular. For once, I'm investing those goddamn keys. So yeah, like in the next elections, this cycle is gonna repeat itself. It's gonna repeat itself, and everybody, like every people who are emotionally invested in that type of stuff is gonna be playing in their palms of their hands. They will be like pigeon eating on someone's hand. Nothing but flocks. Like, when I go to vote, like for myself, well, I'm Canadian, so the voting process is very different. When I go to vote, I usually I basically tag every single candidate. I tag every single candidate because to me, one or the other, they're not gonna make a difference. It's gonna be the same thing over and over again. Some of them will sell an idea, will try to sell an idea because they're aiming for popularity. They're not really aiming to make a difference. They're not aiming to make changes. They're aiming to maintain a certain level of popularity, because the more popular you are, the higher chance you have of being reelected. And that's the problem with politicians today. That's the very thing they're not willing to sacrifice. Popularity. Because there's probably some ideas that can actually make a massive difference. But how it's projected might look bad. Like projection, that's very important too. Like even that can be warped. So if you have a strong belief in something, you have to be willing to sacrifice your position. You have to be willing to sacrifice the chance of being reelected in the same position. That's what it means to have strong belief. Like it doesn't automatically says like it's a good idea or bad. But it does say something about your willpower. That you have a strong conscience, or like you have a strong integrity. You have integrity. Like, you don't give a fuck about your positions. You're here in these positions because you're working on a concept that you promised on, and now you want to deliver it. But today, man, politicians, they're just their whole focus is to remain the top dog. That's it.
Let's finish
They
this
cannot
quickly.
make a difference. They will not make a difference.
I can't wait any longer!
Because unfortunately, these problems is also the very thing that keeps them where they are.
Sure.
It's also give them a reason to be elected. And the thing is that like that's a sad reality. That's also what gives them value. And the reason why they're not fixing those problems is that first they're gonna aim to say like the oppositions were completely against us, but they intend to use that as a tool for re-elections. Even when in reality they had all the capabilities of fulfilling those promises, they just decided not to deliver it and keep it as like how do I call it? Basically, keep it as like a wild card for potential re-election. Some people will probably be able to deliver, like they're gonna deliver it when they know that they're at the end of the term. But if it's all about the party, then that's not gonna happen. If it's all about the party, it's not gonna happen. Because they all dreams of being in the presidency, they all dreams of being in the White House. But they also have to answer to the party they belong to. And if they want to remain in a position of power, then there are certain things you cannot do if you know damn well it's going to affect the popularity of your party. And Bernie Sanders, like, he might not care about popularity, but again, like, if the guy's a fucking pushover, like...
Can I go catch up on my sleep?
He's not going to be able to do a lot of things. That's the reality. Maybe I should go for Albedo.
Let's investigate this further.
I gotta get talking about politics.
Live!
Nice and spicy! Don't blink! And away I go! Incoming! With sword comes shadow.
Coming to be! Witness my great undertaking!
And away I go! Speed of light! Ninjutsu! I'm out of here! Incoming! of light!
Burst forth!
You're toast!
Moment of birth!
And away I go!
He died, he died, he died, he died. Oh, that's right, because I saved one. Good call. I got HP there. Run, boy, run. They're coming after you.
Live!
Right, Pant! Don't blink! Hey! With sword comes shadow. Boba, get them!
Come into being!
Incoming! Hey!
Live! Witness my great undertaking!
Eat this! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Come on out! Incoming. Out of the frying pan. Cut to the chase.
Come into being!
Boba, get them!
Live! Ah! Moment of birth!
Don't blink! And away I go! Nice and spicy! Hey, yeah! Hey! With sword comes shadow. Incoming! Hey!
Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking!
Cut to the chase.
Live!
Out of the frying pan. Ninjutsu. Speed of light.
Feel this ancient power!
Oh man, calm the fuck down. We're doing this, man. It's not right. Wait, how much? Am I on 2? Calm the fuck down, man. Okay.
Burst forth!
Boba, get them! Don't blink!
Come into being!
That really hurt! You're toast! Nowhere to hide. Incoming! Hey! Out of the frying pan, into the... Can't catch me! Come on out!
Burst forth! Moments of birth!
Speed of light! Hey! Boba, get them! Cut to the chase!
Live!
I'm out of here! Nice and spicy! Incoming! Snowfall on this scale is no impediment. We can keep moving.
Has to be worth it. One more. Just 20.
Right hand into the fire! Hey! With sword comes shadow. Don't blink! Hey!
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Incoming! Hey! Nice and spicy! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light! Good? I'm out of here! Ninjutsu! You're toast! Cut to the chase!
Live! Moment of birth.
Don't blink! Hey! Snowfall on this scale is no impediment. We can keep moving.
its attack percentage. Oh, that's right. Wait, it doesn't even follow alphabetic order. So why is that one on top, though? Is it because it's elemental related? No. No, I really don't get it. Damage dealt in this way. Normal attack and charge attacks are converted to hydro damage that cannot be overridden. Okay. Hitting an opponent affected by Riptide. With a melee attack, unleash a Riptide slash that deals AoE hydro damage. Damage dealt in this way is considered elemental skill damage. It can only occur once every 1.5 seconds. Oh, I have it. Should I invest?
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
How long do I have till the next event occurs? 2 days. Those are the flights for the Leeway Harbor. You know what? I think I'm gonna save them.
Just what will we come across this time?
A pleasure to be working with you. Are you going to hold a festival? Take heart. Victory.
Yep. How much do I have? Yep. I think that's gonna do.
This realm is... If you ever have any...
Oh, it's Friday. Alright. Play something else.